Okay, this is Power Woman song.
Oh, Power Woman, Power Woman, powerful, Good evening. Yay, thank God it's Friday. Powerful, Yes. Welcome. Thank God it's Friday. I'm so excited to have you all here with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes. So I want to see your thank God it's Friday as you're tuning in. Thank you so much for always showing up every Friday night. So if you're just joining in, or if this is the first time for joining us, this is Friday Night Hangout with Joy Onyeso. And this month of August, we are discussing entrepreneurship, and we have with us today one of our power woman entrepreneurs, no other person, our beloved sister, friend, coach, amazing woman, Helen Emore. Welcome, sis. Welcome. So we're so excited to have you with us tonight. Oh my goodness. Tonight is
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, welcome. And for tonight, we're not doing the Instagram live. We're just going to have this on Facebook live because of some of the challenges we had connecting last week. So we just want to focus on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, we're also live on YouTube. So thank you so much. Welcome, Stella, Power Women. I see you too. Thank you. Welcome, Ifacho Blessing. I'm also excited. Welcome, Jideka. Welcome, Obiajulo Princess Ugu. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. And like I said earlier on, in this month of August, we're going to be showcasing power women who have distinguished themselves in their different endeavors. So last week we had with us the CEO of House of Chemi Organics. And if you were with us last week, you would agree with me, we had a very good conversations. So this week we're also having with us one of our sponsors, Auntie Helen's Oil. She's also known as Helen Emore, and she's going to be taking us through her journey of entrepreneurship. She's going to be sharing with us tips, some of the challenges she encountered, the lessons she's learned, and of course, we wouldn't leave here today without having some actionable, concrete tips that you can implement right away. Not to forget our giveaways. And I want to sincerely apologize for those that won last week. We had some hiccup in sending across your data or recharge or free gifts. So please bear with us. You're going to get them this night unfailingly. So for everyone that won last week, please do bear with us. We had some mix up and we couldn't send out as we usually would do. So bear with us on that, and definitely at the end of this program, you would get your gifts. We're also having our free Auntie Helen's granite oil, especially just for those in Lagos. So if you're in Lagos, hey, you have some free gifts right here from Auntie
Oh yeah.
Helen's oil.
Yeah.
Pure granite oil, amazing granite oil, healthy granite oil, very tasty for your meals. And Auntie Helen's oil is one of our sponsors for this Friday night hangout live event tonight. So Auntie Helen's oil, we're so grateful. We appreciate your patronage. Yay, yay, yay. Auntie Helen's oil. Thank you so much, Auntie
Welcome.
Helen. So, um, if you're just tuning in, sit tight. I hope you have your notes and your pen because trust me, when she starts speaking, you will understand why she's a power woman. Welcome, Amarachi. Welcome, Shan George. Welcome, Shola Odeja. It is Friday night. Keep your thank God it's Friday night coming in. Welcome, Ngozi Ebo. We're so excited to have you here. And we're so excited to have our own Helen Emore joining us tonight.
It's a
Good,
pleasure.
good,
A great
good.
pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So we'll dive right into the conversation because I know we have a lot to discuss. And then in between, I'll welcome those that are just coming on. And please, if you're tuning in, please help me welcome our Auntie Helen Oil and also Helen SMO. She is the co-owner of the Auntie Helen's Oil. She will tell us more about the brand. So if you haven't tasted Auntie Helen's Granite Oil, please, you do need to get a taste of Auntie Helen's Granite Oil. So welcome once again. Yes, yes, we are ready to
Thank
dive
you.
in.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
I would allow you to tell us more about your brand, your brands, because I know you're a serial entrepreneur. So I will ask you to tell us more about your brand and also to introduce yourself to the viewers. So the floor is yours, Auntie Helen.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Professor Joy. Oh, yes, so, and by the way, congratulations on your professoral chair. That's a very, very quick and good one. Well done, well done. I'm always very proud of you. So
Thank
yes, so what do I do? I am a primarily, I'm a business development consultant. That's what I do for a living. Um, my foray into agriculture is a mixture of what I grew up to meet my father doing and also what I wanted to do to show to my students or participants or clients that I understand what they go through as small business owners. So primarily, I'm a business development consultant. I love advisory. I love engagement. I like to help people bring their ideas to life. I went into food processing because at some point I decided I was tired of being a consultant and writing proposals. And so I was looking for something I could do that would get me at least 1 million customers. And that was what I was sharing with my participants in 2015, 2016. And I tried a couple of things that I don't even want to mention. I wanted to cook. I discovered that cooking was too time consuming. I can't even do it. So I stopped. I started, then I stopped. I had customers. My customers actually liked our jollof rice, you know. But I discovered that cooking is a full-time job. It would not allow me to do some of the other things I currently do. So I put that one in one corner. I've always dreamt of cooking food in pots and plates, just like what we do now, as far back as 1990, so 1988. But I never had time to do it. So when I tried it again, I discovered I was too time consuming. If I wanted to do it and do it well, I had to concentrate on it. And at this point, I want to just pause and say something. You know, there's a difference between running a real business that will pay your bills and running an exhibition business.
Mm,
A lot of the business that you see in Nigeria now are exhibition businesses,
mm.
meaning just to show that I'm doing this, but that's not what's paying the person. You know, so
Thank
so I for all those things that I wanted to do, but we're not generating revenue, I had to stop them. I had to stop doing them until I stumbled across the food processing, the food business. My dad was an oil palm farmer for over 30 years, and I've always wanted to do oil. But I got this opportunity to do granite oil with a partner, and so I went into it, and I decided that instead of investing in his business, let me create my own brand.
Mm.
And that's how Auntie Helen was born. It was a very dramatic experience, I tell you.
Can
But
imagine.
we are very, very dramatic. But we went into it, and now the brand is evolving, and we are ready to scale. It's gone from just testing the concept, which is what we've done in the past 2.5 years, to now wanting to turn it into a proper business that can yield revenue. Up until now, yes, we sell, but it was not enough to cover the bills. It's not enough to pay the bills. Like heavily subsidizing the business, heavily from other things I do. So yes, so my story in a nutshell is I've gone from being a consultant to a manufacturer to an agribusiness expert. And really and truly what I love doing is consulting. But I am in manufacturing and agribusiness because I also needed to be able to demonstrate to my clients that I understand their business. So yes, that's how the brand evolved. We really didn't plan it, it just evolved.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. So she's giving us a very succinct um, explanation or description of how she has transited, doing different things. There's something you said that really struck me, and I think I want us to really to expand more on that. You talked about having a profit yielding business, which is different from having an exhibitionist business. Please, I want you to expand more on that so that our viewers can really understand what it means to run a business that is profit yielding, that can pay your bills, which is different from having a business that you say, oh, I do this, I sell this, but it still doesn't pay your bill and you're sentimentally attached to it. And because of what people will say, you don't want to let go of the business. So I want you to expand more on that. Thank you.
Okay, so what I want to say may be contrary to what is expected from me as a professor of entrepreneurship or as a scholar of entrepreneurship and innovation. And that is to say that a lot of the small businesses that you see are not money making. They are more of exhibitionist businesses, meaning the sales that the owners make from that business is not enough to sustain them. There are
Mm,
very few businesses that are actually sustainable, that are generating enough revenue to pay their bills. It takes, unless you grow the business to a certain size, you are
mm,
not going to be making money from it. So let me give you a classic example. So
beautiful.
for instance, you see somebody selling gari and palm oil.
Mm,
And when you ask the person, so how many do you sell? How much do you sell in a month? He'll tell you that I sell 200,000 naira. How much profit can you make from sales of 200,000 naira? At most, if you are making 40%, how much would you, 40% profit, how much will that translate to? That's less than 80,000 naira or thereabout. Before you take all your costs, you don't have anything again. You don't have enough to reinvest in the business until you get somebody to give you substantial capital. That business is going nowhere. And then I can give a couple of examples like that. So you see people, they're all over the place, they're talking, they're doing things, but they don't even earn revenue of up to 1 million naira a month. That's an exhibitionist business. That business is not paying you. If your business cannot pay you, but it's all over the place, it's glamorous, it's attractive, and you're making it look like it's a good business, it's an exhibitionist business. And it's the reason why you see that a lot of people who copy other businesses fail because they
mm,
don't understand the business model. They
mm,
don't understand how that person is making money.
mm,
So you just rush into the business and you thought that, hey, I'm not making money from this business. I'll give you another quick example. I know somebody who wanted to open a boutique. She was running a successful boutique in another part of town on the mainland. And
mm,
she now said, oh, I want to come to Lekki. I want to come to Lekki. There's so many shops in Lekki. And I was saying to her that, I've never bought any outfit in any of the shops in Lekki.
Good.
How do you, I don't know anybody who shops in any of these shops. So how do you think those businesses sell? And she said to me that no, she wants to come. Of course, long and short, she came, opened the shop, did it all. First month passed, she did sell up to 300,000 naira. The second, and this is a shop she was paying 2.5 million per annum for. So that means she didn't even earn RN or her sales rep's salary. So how will she even pay herself from
Mm,
that business? Of course, she shut down she had to move out of the place by the second month. She said, if I continue like this, I'll be ruined. And there's so many examples like that. So for me, we must be careful not to join the bandwagon. Somebody else called me recently and said, oh, someone wants to give me 1 million. I'm looking for a business to run. So I said 1 million. She said yes. I said, okay, what are you doing? What else are you going to be doing apart from that business? She said, well, she's trying to get a job. I said, please get a job. When you get a job, then you can start trying to grow this business. It will take you 3 years to grow this business, unless the sponsors give you maybe 20 million. You will never make profit from this business. It will be too small for you. Your sales will not be able to pay you, will not be able to pay your staff. You probably will just be working for your supplier, meaning you buy, you sell, you go back and buy again. You have no profit. So that's what I mean by exhibition businesses. So you see
okay.
a lot of businesses on Instagram. I'm selling gari, I'm selling soup, I'm selling this. Ask them, how much do you make a month?
Okay. Thank you very much. So that's very interesting. Please, if you have questions, just drop your questions on the chat, and then I would ask our guest, and definitely she will try to provide answers to your questions. So now I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking now, you talked about understanding the business model. You also talked about upscaling the business. So what this means is that for any venture we want to go into, we also need to ensure that the business is scalable, if I understand you very well.
Yes,
And because that is where the
yes,
money,
yes,
ensuring that we can scale up the business. Now, there are
yes.
different kinds of businesses which require different kinds of, different amounts of money or funds to start up the business. So, what would you say to a young woman out there, or a woman or man out there who wants to start a business? What would be the first step? What would be your advice to that person, knowing that you are a business development consultant?
My first advice will be that look for somewhere to learn the trade.
Mm,
Look for somewhere to serve as an apprentice.
mm,
Because if you serve your apprenticeship period, you will understand the dynamics of the business. You will understand the various business models that you can use to run the
mm,
business. And what is a business model? It is simply how you are going to make money from the business. So how do you arrange everything so that you can make money from the business? It's very, very important. A lot of people are running businesses with their money. Maybe they borrow money, maybe somebody gives them money, and then the money will just fade away because
mm,
they don't, first, number one, they don't deeply understand the business. Because if they do, they will know that it's not just money they need. They will also know the kind of things to ask for when they
mm.
are going to run a business. I'll give a good example of something, since we are all, most of us are Christians in Nigeria. It's the
Yes.
story of Nehemiah. When Nehemiah when his brother came to call him and he wanted to go and build the wall of Jerusalem, he
Mm,
asked the king for the king's seal so that
yes.
he could ask people for different things. He had a
Yes.
list of all the people that he was going to ask for things. Nehemiah did not just wake up and go to Jerusalem and start building. You will see that there were processes, there were
Mm,
procedures that he used. He gathered resources,
beautiful.
he consulted, he
Beautiful.
talked to people. You know,
Beautiful.
he surveyed the wall. He went out at night to go and look at how the wall is. And you
Mm,
know, when he was doing it, he made sure that he was he kept his plan very close to his chest. There was confidentiality, right?
Mm.
So there was a process. So that by the time they started building, even their enemies did not know they wanted to build. They had
Amazing.
gone far before their enemies could see that they were building. It's the same thing with business. You don't just wake up and say, I want to open this business. If you do that, you're going to lose a lot of money unless you learn the business. You are not going to succeed. And then, even if you have all the money in the world, no matter how much money you have, if you want to run a business that you have never run before, start small so that you can understand all the dynamics of that business. Even if you're a billionaire, I
Amazing.
mean, people look at Aliko now and they say, well, I want to be like Aliko, I want to be like this. No, Aliko did not start big. He started with trading. And in the process of trading, he engaged a lot of his suppliers. He engaged a lot of resources. He went to look around. There's something called a study tour. He went to
Mm.
look around, look at how people are doing it before he started building. And even when he started building, he did it gradually. He didn't
Mm.
build 10 factories at once.
Mm.
So my advice to people is you cannot cheat the principle of learning. If you don't learn how to do something, you will not prosper in it. Because if you don't learn and you start, then you will learn with your money, which is very expensive. I can tell you that I've learned a lot of things with my resources.
Same
And
here.
because of that, I tell people that say, don't do this thing like this. They'll be like, somebody was telling me that, Helen, it looks like you're not ambitious again. I said, I'm ambitious, but I'm wiser.
Yes.
I'm wiser. So
Thank-
people should, my own is you must just go and learn anything you want to go and learn about it. And then the more you learn about something, the clearer it becomes to you on how best you should do it.
Thank
That's
you
that's
so much.
that's what I would advise.
This is really very interesting. I just hope we are learning the lessons. That's the essence of having seasoned power women entrepreneurs come into the studio to discuss their life experience and their entrepreneurial journey so that we don't make the same mistakes. We learn from their experiences and then we can improve on our own process. So if you were listening to her, some of the key things I picked out from her explanations or discussions is that one, you need to learn the trade, whatever business you want to go into. Please do learn about the business. It's not about having so much money. Like she said, if you don't learn the trade, you're going to learn with your money. It has happened to her and it has also happened to me. So you think I can't tell you about how many businesses I started that failed. You know, you
Hi.
think you know it all. And let me tell us something else, having the technical skill set is different from having the business sense. There is the business sense of being an entrepreneur, and there is a technical skill set. And so sometimes some of us who have the technical skill set things, because you have the technical skill set, bam, you can become an entrepreneur and you jump into it. And she said another thing about starting small and then growing the business. There are dynamics with every business, whether you want to take it or not. Every business has its model, every business has its dynamics. So you need to learn those nuances about the business. You need to learn those tricks. Let's call it tricks. Every business has its tricks. So you need to learn the tricks of the business. That's why you see the Igbo traders. Most of these things are phasing out now. But then they go for apprenticeship. Sometimes they learn for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you think they're fools. And you see them, the businesses always thrives. Why? They've learned how to build resilient businesses through that apprenticeship process. So making sure your business is resilient comes from the beginning, how you even set up the business. So our power woman entrepreneur, Helen Emore, is telling us that we need to ensure that we learn the business model. We go through that process of learning. Don't be in a hurry. And I want to put this out, before I ask Auntie Helen to continue, is this. Now, on the social media, there's a lot of noise. Good noise, bad noise, medium. Everyone is an expert. Everyone will tell you
Yes, so.
monetize your knowledge, make quick money. There is no,
Mm.
I'm always very skeptical when people jump on board. I tell you, make quick money. It's as an entrepreneur and a serial entrepreneur, and Helen Emore will talk more about that. It's not that way. There's no magic dust you can spray and then you make
At
money.
all.
Money.
At
They tell you in
all.
24 hours make $300. In
Eh,
48 hours
eh.
make $1,000, and everybody's jumping in. You're not learning the
They'll
secret of
tell
the
you how
business.
to make a six figure,
Six,
how to make
six
a
figures.
6 figure sale.
I'm telling you,
Sales hacker, sales kid. I
but
mean, I don't know.
there's so much noise out there. And so, one of the things we want to achieve with this our August series is to tell you to slow down. Don't be in a hurry. Learn your business model. And remember, she also talked about making sure that your business is scalable. Make sure that you can scale your business. Any business that cannot be scaled is not a worthwhile business. It means that you're limited ab initio from your start off. And that means that the profit margin, remember she talked about an exhibitionist kind of business and a profit yielding business. So I'm going to ask you, Auntie Helen's oil. I love the Auntie Helen's granite oil. So please tell us what would be the next step. So you talked about, learning the business model. You've also talked about starting small. Some people talk about business plan. Some people talk about a whole lot of things. So what would be the 5 key steps you would advise an entrepreneur to ensure that he or she goes through to build a resilient brand?
Okay, so the first thing is I've talked about understanding the business. You need to understand the business you want to go to. The
Beautiful.
next thing is know your customers. Who are your customers? Who are the
Beautiful.
people spending money in that space? Right?
Beautiful.
How do they spend money? So when I talk about understanding business, right, you
Mm-hmm.
must do a sort of opportunity road test. So people come to you, I'm sure you know this. People come to
Yeah.
you with all sorts of business ideas. Before you jump on it, take some time to go and research. Even if you say, okay, I don't have time to go and do apprenticeship. I don't have time. I'm so busy doing this other thing. Do some research. Do
Mm.
desk research. Thank God for Google. Do research. Find out how that industry is. Is it a growing industry? Go and check the people that are in that business. How are they running it?
Mm.
Are you sure they are making money? Because people make money from a different source, and then they show you another thing. So that thing that they are putting forward may not be where they are making money from, whether it is legitimate or me, but they are making money from something else. So you need to go and understand how that industry works. You may be doing something and it's an avenue to get other businesses. You need to understand. So you need to check, is it going to be a growing industry? Are people going to be spending money there? For instance, now there are some industries that are suffering. Will this
Mm.
be the right time to open a travel agency?
Mm.
Will this be the right time to start selling holiday? Holiday to where? Do you understand? You need to understand the trajectory. But is this a good time to
Yes.
go into health, psychology, counseling? Probably yes, because a lot of people are struggling with mental health issues as a result
Mm.
of the lockdown, as a result of loss of revenue, as a result of a lot of things. So you need to first understand the dynamics of the market. Do a test of that opportunity. There's a
Mm.
principle for it. It's called the opportunity road test. Go and check it. When you check that one, the next thing you need to understand is who are your customers. Do a comprehensive study of what your customers want. I'm not saying textbook. Go and see, will customers buy my product? If you want to sell anything, I'll tell people when they say, oh, I'm thinking of a business, I say, you know what, go to the market.
Mm.
Go and spend like 20 hours in different markets. Go to the supermarkets, go to the market, go around, look at what people are buying when you enter a supermarket. What are the most, but just study like 20 people. You will see what is in their basket. That should tell you where people are spending money. That should tell you the kind of places people are spending their resources. Like, because I now do food, when I love going to stores. I can tell you which supermarkets to place products and which supermarket not to place products. Some
Mm.
supermarkets are only for drinks and water,
Mm.
an emergency. So people will not buy granite oil there, they will not buy honey, they will not buy palm oil there. But there are some supermarkets that are superstores. They're like hypermarkets. Say people come and they shop and it's an experience. Yes, those are the kind of supermarkets I will stop. Okay, and then there are some supermarkets that are in between. They don't move as fast, but people could buy some items there. So if you want to sell anything in the food space, please go to the market or go to the supermarket. Any industry you want to do, whether it's fashion, entertainment, go to the field, go and see what people are doing there. Because you can sit behind a screen and you lose a lot of information. People
Beautiful.
can tell you things and they tell you the wrong things. So any business you want to do, you have to roll up your sleeves and go into where your customers are. There is something called the customer journey map. That
Mm,
means you know how your customer thinks from beginning to the point of purchase. What does the customer think of? What does he want? What are his preferences? What is he looking for now? In Nigeria of today, for instance, are luxury items a priority? I mean, how many people are buying lace? Where are they going to? Is it on Zoom party you want to wear lace? Do you understand? So there's so many things. So you need to know your customers. Once you know your customers, then you can, if you know the market, you know your customers, you can now decide what is your own value proposition. What are you going to take to the market? How are you going
yeah,
to enter the market differently? You know,
yeah.
if you don't understand the market, you don't know your customers, you have no business writing a business model. You have no business even writing a business plan. It's not about the business model, it's not about the business plan. It's about even understanding what you are doing and how you're going to make money from it.
Yes.
Because if you don't know your customers, you won't know what to give them,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know. So it's a very practical process. It's not about, some people have read so many books, and when they are talking to me, I'll just be looking at it because it's obvious that this one, the only book you don't read, you never do anything.
No practical knowledge.
No, you can't be telling me you are a sales expert or you are a business. Show me the business you are running.
Exactly.
Talking cannot be the only business you are doing, and then you are advising me.
Mm-mm. I like that.
You
Now we
know,
have we
so
have sorry,
go
we
ahead.
have two questions. I want you to take the questions while you're talking. The first question is, how do you know that your business is scalable? That's the first question. And then another question is, how how long does it take to build a standard business, especially if you don't have a sponsor? So these two questions came up on the chat. How do you know that your
Okay,
business
so
is
two things. How do you know your business is scalable? Look at
yeah.
the other products or services in that area. That will help you know whether your business is scalable or not. The truth is, I like to say there's nothing new under the sun. The only thing that changes is how it is done. That
Mm,
people will move from point A to point B. They've been doing it from the time of Adam and Eve.
mm,
They were doing it with legs, then they started with camel, horses, sheep, boats, and now we are using cars. Now they are spaceships. But the thing is to know what is the customer using your product or service for.
good.
People have been hungry for since the time of Adam and Eve. That's why Adam, Eve ate apple because she was hungry. Now long throat. If not enough for chop apple. And when Adam came, if Adam was not hungry, I'm sure he would have rejected that apple. So people have been eating from the beginning, but it is what they eat that changes. Are they going to
Yes.
continue eating? Yes. Some businesses are not scalable. Okay. Some customized businesses are not scalable. If you say you want to make unique dresses or you want to make unique products, you put everything plus extra, and then
Mm,
your cost is like 20 times the average price in the market. That
mm,
business will not scale
beautiful.
because you may not get the critical mass required to help you grow the business. But
Beautiful.
if, for instance, you are selling basic rice and stew, right? If you sell it
Yeah.
well, somebody will tell another person, that will tell another person, that will tell another person. So
Mm.
if it's a place like Enugu or Lagos or Abuja, there are more than 1 million people who eat rice a day. So if you start today by selling to maybe 20 people,
Mm.
if your rice is very good,
Mm.
in 1 year, you may be servicing up to 500 people every day
Beautiful.
because there are more than 1 million people who eat that rice every day in Abuja. Same thing with Lagos. So you need to know, is it a product people are using regularly?
Beautiful.
If you come now and say you want to be selling snake skin oil, how many people do you think will buy snake skin oil? The fact that the word snake is already there is a turn off for a lot of people. So you need to know how you know your business is scalable is what how do people use the product? It's always about the customer.
Exactly.
Are people interested in it? Do people want to buy it? I mean, somebody has been telling me about one product. I won't call the name, but it's a female product. He says, "Oh, come and do this product. They will pay you 200,000. They pay him 200,000 every day." So I said, "Okay, how many of these products do you sell?"
Mm.
And he says, "Oh no, just sign on. You know all those sign on kind of businesses. They are not scalable now.
Exactly.
They are on the road to nowhere. That's not a scalable business. A scalable business is a business where you can project that your customers will increase
Amazing.
and you can sell instead of selling just 100, maybe in 3 to 5 years you can be selling maybe 500,000. That's how you know a business is scale. But if you cannot see, if one is the demand is not clear, you don't know who your customers are, you don't know where the money is coming, or you have positioned yourself in a very different way that people will not follow you, it's
Mm.
not scalable. So when I say scale, it means it will grow very big. That's
Mm.
it. So if you cannot see how the business will grow big, it's not a scalable.
Thank you so much for that.
It's
Thanks a
not it's
lot.
not a scalable
I
business.
hope she has answered that question very well. And the next
And
question is
somebody said, how long does it take?
yes.
It's a function of two things. One, the quality of the product that you have. Is it a product that people need? Is it a product that people are buying and using regularly? And then secondly, how are you able to deliver the product or service? Meaning, do you have money from the bank, even if you don't have a sponsor? Do you have money from the bank? Can you get the people who supply you to give you on credit?
Mm.
Sometimes you don't have money, but you have a supplier and you can say, please, instead of giving me maybe one bag of gari or maybe 2 jerry cans of palm oil, can you please
Mm.
give me 10? Let me
Mm.
sell, then I'll come back and pay you. Right? Those are the
Yeah.
things that will determine how far you can go. And then, of course, your own discipline. If as you sell, you are eating your capital, the business will not grow. I know about that one because I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. If you are exactly if you are doing business and then the capital instead of investing it in the business, you are using it to take care of yourself. The business will not grow. So it could take you 2 to 3 years if you are disciplined for your business to really grow. And you know what? If you are a good business person,
Mm.
somebody will come and help. Somebody will see you. You may not know. People are watching all of us. Oh. People are watching you, Dr. Joy. I know
I,
people are watching
I
me.
know.
I just can't see them. But if
Yes.
you are doing what you are doing very well, somebody will always come and help you. That one is essential. I'm not saying it's the miracle. Oh. I'm just saying there will be somebody that will say, "Oh, I like what you are doing. Do you know that the person doesn't have to give you money. The person may introduce you to a supplier or introduce you to new customers, or give you something, a lead that will give you a different way of doing your business. So there are different ways people help you. It doesn't always have to be cash. It just does not have to be. I mean, there's a prayer that we all pray, those of us that are Christian, that God should help you to locate your destiny helpers.
Yeah.
That's very important. It's the same thing for us as business owners.
Yeah.
That God should help the good people to see us so they can help us. So we just have to do good. For me, that's
Thank you
important.
so much. This has been very very practical, concrete conversations, you know. And then I want to ask, you know, as a woman entrepreneur, what challenges have you had in the business world, either as a consultant or as a manufacturer? What challenges have you had that you want to share? And while you're sharing that, it would also be nice to know some of the lessons you've learned, you know, over the years.
Okay, so some of the challenges I've had is number one. Number one is adaptability. We must be willing to adapt. Things are constantly changing. But you know, we get so good at doing things and we don't want to change. We just want to do it our way. But
Mm,
then the world around us is changing. So are we going to change along with our world? That's
mm,
for me, that's been my one of the greatest challenges that I've had, being able to adapt. Fortunately, I would say if I'm on a scale of 1 to 10, if I'm to rate myself, I'll give myself maybe 7 to 8. Sometimes
mm.
I'm very good at adapting. Sometimes I'm slow. I'm just thinking that I have a lot of time and I end up missing targets. So you must be very adaptable. The
Yeah.
second thing is you also must be knowledgeable. Um,
Mm,
being knowledgeable makes you confident, and being confident helps you perform better. So you must be knowledgeable. You must constantly upgrade. You must be a lifelong learner, meaning you must continually learn.
mm.
Right? That's number one. Number two, you must be confident. If you are not, if you are not knowledgeable, if you are not learning, you won't be confident. And if you are not confident, you will not perform well. And it shows. When you are not confident, it shows. But people don't know that lack of confidence on self-doubt. It shows.
Yeah,
And that's
it does.
one of the biggest things that women have. I was telling someone today that, oh, put your sticker on the product I'm going to deliver for her. And she said, oh, but I don't have these small chops listed on it. So I said, excuse me, who cares whether you have small chops listed on that sticker or not? Just put the thing so that those people can have your number. I said the biggest problem we have as women is we always want to tick all the boxes.
Yes.
We always want to make sure that we are a perfect match. But men don't think like that. If a man can tick 50%, he will say he can even do 150%. But a woman, we are always underselling ourselves. We always have that imposter syndrome. Like I'm
Mm,
not good enough. I need to
mm,
add this. I need to
mm.
add that. I mean, for me, I'm very guilty of that. Very, very guilty. And I know a lot of women are guilty of it. The first thing you need to do is recognize that you have that weakness. And you know what? If you have 5/10, do that five so well that you come across like 20/10. So
True.
that's one of the, for me, that's been my greatest shortcoming as a professional, as a business owner, is always wanting, always thinking I need more, always thinking I need to do more, always, and perfection is sometimes the enemy of success and progress.
Perfection.
Enemy of progress. That has been my greatest challenge. And so I've learned now to just do it as it is. Just keep
Mm,
moving and then perfect it as you go along. And besides, what you think is not perfect is very good. You just set standards for yourself that for me, I think my son says, Mommy, your standards are not realistic.
mm.
And sometimes you just set unrealistic standards. Just appreciate what I have done first before you start asking me for more. And so that's the lesson I've learned, that one, get rid of the imposter syndrome. Don't kill yourself. It, things are happening to everybody. So just do the one that you can and move on. Stop trying to be the perfect star because there's no perfect person anywhere. And there's no
No,
perfect situation anywhere.
nowhere. We're living in
None.
an imperfect world.
Exactly. So that's
So we'll
for
take
me,
one
that's my
last one.
greatest problem.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We'll take one last question, and the question is, Amarachi says, how can one manage his or her capital without spending the capital? Oh, we've lost Auntie Helen. I think maybe her network went off. But while we're waiting for her to come in, I want to welcome everyone that has joined us on this Friday night hangout. It has been a very interesting conversation, very practical, concrete conversation with Helen Esse Emore, a serial entrepreneur. And she has taken us through very practical steps on how to grow your business. Let me, I think she's trying to come in. Okay, right. Good. We have
Sorry,
her
that was a
back.
quick
Welcome, welcome.
introduction.
Okay.
Thank you.
So maybe I'll allow you to answer the question and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
The
What's
question
the question? Which one is that?
the last question on capital. Amarachi is asking how she can manage her capital without spending it. How to make sure she safeguards her capital.
I think the first thing is to document a transaction.
Mm,
It's as simple as just getting a notebook
mm,
and write how much you spend. I don't know the
mm,
kind of business you do, whether it is a service or you are selling product. Maybe service can be sewing, be fashion, to be baking, whatever you are doing. Always write, document. What did you buy?
mm,
What did you sell?
mm,
If you know what you bought and what you sold, you will have a clear picture of how much is remaining and how much is your own.
mm,
So they say, what is your outflow? Outflow is all the money you spend, maybe to buy material, to pay your salary, to buy recharge card, to transport yourself to where you're going, maybe to buy fuel in your car. All that are outflow, the money you pay out. Inflow is the money you receive
mm,
from what you sell, from your customers, maybe from the loan you took, maybe from the money somebody gave you. All of that is inflow and it should be part of your capital. So you must know what comes in and what goes out. Ideally, what they say is that what comes in should be more than what goes out so that you can have a profit. Because it is from your profits that you should pay yourself and pay
yeah,
other people.
yes.
So if you the first principle there is have record. Even if it's like I said, buy exercise book, 50 naira, be 100 naira. Rule the thing in the middle. Inflow, what comes in, outflow, what goes out. Make sure that if you don't document, you cannot monitor whether you are even touching your capital or not. So for me, it's very, very important. In my first business, because we were keeping records, we knew how well we were doing. And when it was time to take a loan from a bank, we could show the bank our bank statement from another bank, and then they gave us money. I won't call the names of the banks, but we took the statement from one bank and used it to get a loan in another bank. If we had not been keeping all our money in the bank, that other bank would not have believed us because they want to see evidence. So if you want to know how to keep your capital, keep records, keep
Mm,
good records. That's for me, that's the number one principle of business progress. Write it down. That way you will
yeah.
know when you are on spend. If your capital is 10,000 or 100,000 and you sold 200,000, and then you now decide that, oh, your brother is sick, you give him 20,000. Your mother wants to travel, you give her 30,000. You yourself, you say, after all, I've sold this year now, let me travel to Abuja. You spend 150, you spent all the money. But if you are keeping records, you will know how much you can spend and you won't touch your capital.
I
It's
love
as
this.
simple as that. I don't want to use any big grammar.
Yeah, yeah, it's very simple. It's very
Yeah.
concrete. It's something we can relate with. And as women, now I'm speaking to our women entrepreneurs. I know we have a mixed audience. Now speaking to our women entrepreneurs, most of us don't keep any record. We don't even know how much we started off the business with. We don't even know how much we plunge into the business. We don't even know how much we spend. We're just buying, oh, this stock is finished. You just buy. There is no kind of system. So if you want your business to be sustainable, if you want your business to also grow, you must have a system as you run your business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Very true.
there is no quick fix as an entrepreneur. You have to go the long haul. You have to do the needful. You have to be willing to really toil. For some business, you don't even start making profits, depending on the kind of business. For some businesses, 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 3 months down the line. For some, it's even 1.5 years, you break even and then you get into your profit making phase. So you need to be sure that your business can, you can sustain your business that period where you're growing the business. And this is where record keeping becomes so important, very important. So please keep record so that you can even monitor the growth of your business. You will know if the business is growing, if the business is stagnant, or if you're just plunging so much money or taking so much money out of the business. So please, record keeping is one thing we have to do. Record keeping. Um, our amazing power woman entrepreneur Helen Emore has said so much tonight. She has given us very concrete tools on how to know if our business is scalable. She has also told us
Mm-hmm.
the process of building a business. What are the basic steps you need to put in place or you need to go through if you want to start a business? And then even if you're in the business, how to grow the business. So we've got very interesting nuggets, business growth nuggets, which I hope that we can really implement, and that's the essence of this session. The essence is that you live with very concrete things. You don't live with fluffy things, things you're struggling to understand. And with all she has said, yeah, sometimes there's so much grammar that people don't understand. You can't say concretely 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I got out of the session. And so, what I always like to do after every training or every engagement is ensuring that people can go out with one thing, even if it's just one thing you've gone out with. So, I will ask you,
Very true.
I want you to reflect on all that has been said
Mm-hmm.
tonight. What are the 3 things this is what I've picked out of this conversation tonight? What can I start implementing? And then Helen Emore is a business consultant and she's there to help us. Please, how can they reach you in case they want to reach you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn as Helen Emore. So I'm very active on those three platforms. So they can reach me there. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not an active Twitter person. So, but Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I'm very active there.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So you can search for Helen Emore on Facebook and on Instagram. Just follow her, like her, ask her questions, and I'm very sure that she would answer and deal with all your questions. She also is one of our amazing coaches for our She Speaks program, and she has been amazing, amazing, amazing. Helping us train women, coach women, and it has been an amazing journey with her in the last 3 years and counting. So I would just want to use
Yeah.
this platform to say thank you for all you do. Thank you for the pro bono services you give to our women. Thank you for all the nuggets you share. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. We love you. And please don't hesitate to reach out to Helen Emore. She's also the co-owner, founder of Auntie Helen Granite Oil. And so before we wrap up, we want to do one of those things that we do. Please, Helen, stay with us and we'll wrap up shortly. So one of the things that we do, we want to take, if you're in Lagos, if you're in Lagos, we have Auntie Helen's Granite Oil to give to you, courtesy of Auntie
Mm-hmm.
Helen's Granite Oil. So if you're in Lagos, I just want you to put in the chat Lagos, and you will get a bottle of 3 liter Auntie Helen's Granite Oil, free, all yours, all yours. So if you're in Lagos, please type in Lagos, and you get a bottle of a 3 liter bottle of our Auntie Helen's Granite Oil, the right oil for your meals. So please, if you're in Lagos, I want to see Lagos. Beautiful. Ella Chinerada is the first winner of 3 liter granite oil. Ella, a member of my team, will get in touch with you to ensure that you get the granite oil. Congratulations and thank you, Auntie Helen's granite oil. So if you're in Lagos, we still have 3 more bottles to give out. So if you're in Lagos,
Yes.
please put in Lagos, and you will get a 3-liter bottle of Auntie Helen's granite oil. Yes, great, great. Now we want to take giveaways. The next giveaway is the recharge card, the 500 naira recharge card. Some people are still putting in their name, their numbers without my calling them. No. Okay, we have Shola Adeja, Lagos. Great. So we have one more. I think we have 2 more bottles to give out because we gave out 2 bottles in the 10th edition. So 2 more bottles to give out. Lagos, and we have 2 Lagos. We need 2 more Lagos. Congratulations to Shola Adeja. Congratulations to Ella Chinyere at that Jesus. You've won yourself a 3-liter bottle of Auntie Helen's granite oil.
Wow.
Now, congratulations and thank you, Auntie Helen's granite oil, live here with us in the studios.
Yeah.
Hey, Ella says, thank Auntie Helen granite oil. Chai, mine is finished, sir. Thank God. God bless you, big. Great. Talking about getting the granite oil right on time. So please,
Yes,
my team,
please.
take note. This is when we start giving out the recharge cards. So anyone that has put in the number before now, please disregard those numbers. Thank you. So now I want to see your number and then Auntie Helen. So you put in your number and then Auntie Helen. The first 10 winners. Listen to the instructions. Your number and then we have Auntie Helen. Your number and then Auntie Helen. Your number and Auntie Helen. Let's see who gets it right. Your number and Auntie Helen, the first 10 winners. Your number and then Auntie Helen. I'm just seeing numbers. I'm not seeing Auntie Helen because we want to make sure we know that the sponsors of today's event is the Power Woman brand and Auntie Helen's pure granite oil. So I want to see the Auntie Helen. Good. We have the first winner, Ella Chinyere. Congratulations. We have the second winner. Who is that? It is Njideka Okoye. Congratulations. Ozioma, congratulations. Shola Adeja, congratulations. Mary Jimmy Oji, congratulations. Please, the 10 winners, I can't call all the names. It's coming up real quick. My team members are going to pick the first 10 persons that has Auntie Helen and has your number and then Auntie Helen. Great, great, great. Keep it coming in. Yes, 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 yes. So while we're at it and the member of my teams are picking up the numbers, I want to say thank you so much, Helen Emore. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. Amazing nuggets, practical, very, very practical, concrete things we can do. And if you're a woman or a man and you're an entrepreneur and you're on this show, I tell you, you must have got gold, real gold from being on this program tonight. So thank you so much for sharing from your wealth of knowledge. And while we're at it,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
yeah, we're so happy to have you. And while we're at it, I also want to announce that our startup pitch application is still on. It's still ongoing. So please go to www.joyonyeso.com/startup and you will get the application. Please do apply. We have 50,000 naira to give to 3 innovative, scalable business. Or if your business is ready and you need funds to infuse in your business, we're going to choose 3 winners. That's right. That's a startup pitch competition. We're going to give
Fantastic.
3 winners. We're going to select 3 winners on this Friday night hangout. We're going to select the 3 winners on this Friday night hangout. They are going to pitch to us. We're going to choose 6 winners, 6 finalists who will come on the Friday night hangout, and then they will pitch their business, and you will help us select the 3 winners. Great. And we also have the Power Woman Challenge. We have the Power Woman Challenge. And so please also go to the website, joyonyeso.com, and then just or follow us on our website, on the Instagram page, the Power Woman on Instagram. And then you can join in the challenge. We have fantastic prizes for you. We also have our Power Woman e-magazine, digital magazine, where you get all nuggets. I'm excited that in the August edition we have amazing article from Helen Emore. So you want to read more, please subscribe to the magazine, and then you'll get lots of information from the magazine. So it's been amazing. There's a whole lot of free, rare, transformative stuff for you to get. Even when you visit my website, you can visit my blog for inspirational posts. You can also avail yourself when you go to www.joyonyeso.com. You can get free resources, free tools. Take advantage of that. The Power Woman magazine, the August edition, our second edition, is right out. So also go there, and you would get a copy. You can subscribe to the copy. And please, please, please keep doing it. Be consistent, be consistent. Be consistent in all you do. Don't give up. Um, when is the Power Woman Dance Challenge? It has already kicked off. It's already on. The Power Woman Challenge is already on. And so follow us on Instagram at the Powerwoman underscore, and then you can get more information. Or you also go to my website www.joyonyeso.com, and the challenge is right there. It's up, and the pitch is also up. It's already kicked off, so you can get more information. I want to say that I love and celebrate you. I thank you so much for always coming on, listening, engaging. That's what makes this very, interesting. That you ask questions, you contribute, you make it so lively. So thank you so much. We're still at it. Thank God it's Friday. All right, Power Woman. Oh, yes. Oh,
Hey,
oh,
Dada.
yay. So don't forget to join us next week, Friday, same time, 7 p.m., same place, right here. We'll be here live. And we're also going to have another Power Woman entrepreneur share her experiences and her entrepreneurial journey. And I'm very sure that you'll be blessed. So make it a date with us. I love you. I celebrate you. I look forward to see you next week, Friday. While you enjoy the music. Thank you so much, Helen and Maria. Thank you so much. Enjoy
Bye.
the music before we go off. All right. Yay. Oh, yeah. All right. Eh? I am powerful. Powerful. Woo. All right. Oh, yes. That's it. Powerful. Powerful.
I was looking for a Jesse.
Powerful. I am powerful. I love you all. I
That's it.
celebrate you. And see you next week. Bye.